Let's get straight to it. Most people can't sell, not because the product is bad, not because the market is too crowded, and definitely not because selling is just not their thing. They can't sell because they're doing it wrong from the start. Here's why. When you don't believe in what you sell, your doubt creeps into every sentence. You become a hesitant narrator, stumbling over features instead of championing outcomes. True conviction springs from deep familiarity with the solution's power. Interview your most successful clients, collect their stories, and let their triumphs fuel your own confidence. Picture a musician presenting a song she's never performed live. Her reluctance is palpable. Now imagine that same artist playing at sold-out shows, every note resonating with certainty. That is the force you bring into a sales conversation when you've lived the transformation yourself. By immersing yourself in user testimonials and case studies, you build an unshakable belief. When a prospect asks, "Why should I choose this?" you respond not with hollow marketing lines, but with concrete examples. Last quarter, Company X cut its processing time in half. This system will do the same for you. Your words will carry the gravity of someone who has seen the results firsthand. Commit daily to reinforcing your conviction. Review success metrics, rehearse powerful stories, and let your passion become the engine that drives every pitch. In that space of authenticity, you no longer sell, you inspire. Shifting the spotlight from you to your prospect transforms the conversation. Instead of rattling off your resume, practice asking open questions and listening for the true pain points. Imagine a doctor prescribing medication without asking about allergies. That's the risk of a seller who talks before they listen. By slowing down and inquiring, "What's your biggest hurdle right now?" you invite genuine dialogue. When the prospect reveals a specific struggle, late deliveries, budget overruns, stagnant growth, you mirror their language back. You've spent nights worrying about missed deadlines. That simple act of echoing their concern shows empathy and positions you as a partner rather than a pitchman. Then tailor your message. Describe precisely how your offering resolves their issue. This isn't a generic monologue. It's a bespoke solution built around their world. As they hear their own words reflected in your explanation, trust blossoms. You shift from talking at them to walking with them. And that partnership mindset is the turning point in every successful sale. Clarity and certainty are your navigational tools in a cluttered marketplace. When your message is muddled, prospects hesitate. Uncertain sellers breed uncertain buyers. Boil down your offering to a crisp promise, 3 benefits or fewer. Rehearse until this core message rolls off your tongue like a practiced mantra. Think of a GPS guiding you through an unfamiliar city. Clear directions eliminate anxiety. Vague ones send you in circles. In your pitch, say, "This platform reduces onboarding time by 50%, automates your reporting, and scales with your team." That's it. Then back it up with a single example that proves the claim. By stripping away the noise, no feature overload, no rambling anecdotes, you become that reliable GPS, instilling confidence in your buyer. Certainty comes through posture, tone, and pacing. Speak slowly, hold eye contact, even on video calls, and lean in when delivering your key statement. Your confidence will reassure prospects that you've charted the course and they simply need to follow. In that space of precision, selling becomes an act of guiding, and closing feels like the natural next waypoint. Conversion, not coercion, is the hallmark of expert selling. When you lean too hard on persuasion, you push prospects into resistance. Instead, frame your offer as the logical answer to a clear question. Identify the prospect's tension, budget constraints, growth plateaus, inefficiencies, and position your solution as the relief valve. Picture a skilled barista crafting a latte just the way you like it. They don't force you to drink it. They ask about your preferences and deliver perfection in a cup. You must be that barista in sales. Share a brief story. One CEO was drowning in manual tasks. After implementing our tool, she reclaimed 8 hours a week to focus on strategy. That narrative aligns with desire, illustrates impact, and avoids a heavy-handed close. Then pose a simple invitation. Would you like to see how this would work in your operations next Tuesday? You're not twisting arms. You're opening a door. By focusing on genuine alignment between need and solution, you convert without the friction of hard selling, and your prospects walk through that door willingly.
Asking for the sale is not rude. It's responsible. You've diagnosed the problem, prescribed the solution, and shared evidence of success. Now guide the prospect to a decision. Hesitation at this point signals insecurity, and that uncertainty seeps into the buyer's mind. Practice your closing question until it feels as natural as saying, "Hello." Role-play scenarios where the prospect balks. "It's too expensive. Let me think about it." And rehearse your calm, direct response. "I understand. If we could structure the plan to fit your cash flow, would you be ready to move forward?" Think of a teacher who delivers a lesson, then forgets to assign homework. The learning stalls. In sales, the homework is the close. By consistently asking, "Shall we get started?" or "Would you like to schedule implementation?" you normalize the transition from discussion to action. Each successful ask builds muscle memory, diminishing the fear of rejection. Over time, you'll view the close not as a gamble, but as the logical denouement of a well-crafted conversation. You cannot be everything to everyone. Broad messaging dilutes impact. Instead, define your ideal client profile down to specific industries, roles, and pain points. This precision lets you speak directly to that group's unique needs. Imagine sending a wedding invitation addressed simply to "friend" versus one addressed to Sarah and Alex, celebrating their first anniversary. The latter grabs attention. The former disappears. In sales, that tailored approach is your custom invitation. Craft email templates or scripts that reference the prospect's context. As a finance director at a mid-sized firm you've likely faced, and include a case study from a peer in their field. When prospects see themselves in your message, they lean in. Your outreach becomes personal, your credibility soars, and you no longer feel like a stranger reaching across a void. Narrowing your focus may shrink your target universe on paper, but it expands your influence where it matters most, leading to stronger connections and a higher close rate. Human decision-making is ruled by emotion first and logic second. If you lead with dry facts, you'll bore listeners before you win their hearts. Instead, open conversations with a vivid scenario. Imagine ending every week with your reports ready in minutes instead of hours. That emotional hook sparks desire. Once you've captured interest, layer in supporting data, time saved, ROI achieved, testimonials. This mirrors the pattern of a movie trailer. Emotion grabs you, details confirm the promise. Tap into universal triggers, fear of falling behind, excitement about growth, relief from frustration, but always tether them to real outcomes. Use scarcity responsibly. We're onboarding only 2 new clients this quarter to ensure quality support. That nudge makes the decision feel timely. By sequencing emotion then logic, you guide prospects along a natural journey from feeling to rationalizing, and you transform your pitch into a compelling story they want to be part of. Winging it is a shortcut to inconsistency. Selling is a craft honed through deliberate practice. Schedule weekly sessions to role-play objections, refine your opening, and test new phrasing. Record your real calls. Listen back and mark moments where you rush or lose focus. Think of an archer training to hit the bull's eye. Each arrow in practice grooves muscle memory for the real competition. You must do the same in sales. Invite a colleague or coach to rehearse with you, offering feedback on tone and structure. Over time, your polished script becomes second nature, freeing mental bandwidth to build rapport and respond dynamically. When you walk into a call with a practiced pitch, you radiate confidence. Prospects feel that assurance and are more willing to engage. By treating practice as a non-negotiable part of your routine, you ensure every conversation reflects your highest standard. Rejection is simply part of the path to success. Every no carries a lesson. A question you didn't anticipate, a detail you glossed over, a misaligned proposal. Track each setback in a sales journal. Note the objection, your response, and how you might improve. Picture a sculptor chipping away at marble. Each fragment removed brings the masterpiece closer to form. When you analyze rejections with curiosity rather than frustration, you sculpt your approach until it resonates more deeply. Celebrate persistence by setting milestones for follow-ups, not just closed deals. Recognize that the distance between a first meeting and a signed contract often spans dozens of touches. By embracing no as progress instead of failure, you cultivate resilience, sharpen your strategy, and accelerate your path to the next yes. Without purpose, selling is an empty exercise in transactions. Root your efforts in a mission that transcends revenue, whether it's empowering teams, streamlining industries, or improving lives. Let that purpose animate your conversations. Imagine two fundraisers. One rattles off statistics, the other shares the story of a child whose life was changed by a donation. Which one inspires action? Purpose injects your pitch with meaning. Before every call, remind yourself why this matters. I'm helping engineers reclaim hours to innovate. Or, I'm enabling doctors to focus on patients instead of paperwork. That higher cause elevates your energy and makes your language magnetic. Prospects sense when you're driven by more than a commission check. They feel part of something bigger. When you infuse every interaction with genuine purpose, selling becomes an act of service, and your results will follow. The ability to sell is not a gift, it's a skill, and like every skill, it must be sharpened with intention, conviction, and mastery of fundamentals. Stop making excuses, get sold on your offer, get clear on your message, and start showing up like someone who knows they're built to close. Because the truth is this: if you can't sell, you can't scale. And if you want to change your life, learn how to sell.